How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be rebuilding Real Madrid, or Real Madrid depending on who you ask, and we're going to get right into it. So this is not the rebuilding guide. Somebody asked me, how do I know the difference between the rebuilding guide and just the normal king of the fourth quarter guy? And honestly, I'm trying to think of ways for me to tell the difference. It's basically, I may like wear my hat backwards with the rebuilding guide. I don't know, we're going to make some changes, but if you guys didn't know, like the rebuilding guide is like when I rebuild teams in 1 year, then the regular king of the fourth quarter videos, we take 3 years at the most. So this is just a normal video, so sit back, relax. It may be a long one, maybe not. Maybe we can somehow still rebuild them in 1 year, but I doubt it. So let's take a look at our roster. We got Sergio Rodriguez, who's coming back to the league this year. I'm not going to try to pronounce this dude's last name. I fail every time. I'm just going to call him the other Sergio. We got Carl Landry, who just signed here apparently. We got Andreas Nocioni, an ex-Bull player, so you know I like that. Rudy Fernadez, and the rest of the players don't really matter too much. We got Gustavo Ayón there. And the reason I picked this over any other Real League team is because I'm a big fan of Nocioni, as I mentioned, ex-Bulls player, so of course I like him. And then when Rudy Fernadez was in the league back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, but he was one of my favorite players. So I want to keep him around and try to get him an NBA championship. They also have Jeffrey Taylor. I didn't know that. I haven't even looked at this team. I just know the certain players on there. So okay, let's look at the rotation. Sergio, of course, is our starting shooting guard. Sergio's our starting point guard. I would rather have Rudy Fernandez starting at small forward for sure over Jeffrey Taylor. I want to trade Carl Landry, at least to see what we could get for him. I wonder if any GM wants him. I mean, the reason he's playing overseas is, well, I guess, I would just guess, the reason he's playing overseas is because nobody wanted him in the States. But let's see what team wants him. If anything, I kind of want to just, well, he's not making, like, who's making money here? Nobody's really making money, so I shouldn't have to worry about contracts at all. A lot of people are on the 1-year deals. You know, Sioni's probably going to retire after the season. Good chance of getting paid this summer. I'm leaning towards, okay, that's fine. As long as he's in the league, I'm fine with that. But yeah, again, let's try to do Carl Landry and a second rounder. So the team I replaced to put Real Madrid in it, I'm just going to say Real Madrid just so I don't keep switching back and forth. Real Madrid. I replaced the Brooklyn Nets because that's the worst team in the league. So let's see what they, oh, Matthew Dellavedova, not too bad. Bring another guy from overseas, from Australia, to the team. J.R. Smith, nah. If I am going to make a trade, I don't want to make a trade for a guy on the 1-year deal. Unless it's somebody like Josh Richardson, who I feel like, it says he's very loyal, at least to Miami. Would he be loyal to me? I don't know. We'll give it a try. If anything, we'll just do that trade, and then we'll call it a day and get to 7 some games. So, Udonis Haslem is no longer part of the Miami Heat. The longest reigning NBA player on one team, I think. He's either 1 or number 2. He's either... Anyway, he's been on that team for a long time. Now he's our starting power forward, so shout out to him. So I'm going to get to Simmons some games. Again, I would rather have Rudy Fernandez there. And okay, Simmons games we go. I'll see you guys at the All-Star break. See who's holding out the load as far as offense and everything once we get there. We are 17-39, last in the Eastern Conference. Kind of what I expected there. 22 games behind the Cavs, of course. I'll take a look at our stats, though. Let's see who's doing it for us. It's Sergio, the point guard Sergio. His secondary position is a small forward. All right. Sergio Rodriguez is injured right now for the season, which is no bueno. That's a joke, because anyway. Okay. Josh Richardson is averaging 13. Nocioni off the bench is averaging 10. My man Rudy not doing too well, right? He's shooting 50%, so he's not taking many shots, but he's making half of them, which is pretty good. We have another injury here with this older guy, J.C. Carroll out of Utah State. I'm not going to make any trades, though. I like the way we're going. I did some scouting, and there's no, like, big upcoming rookies coming in. We got this guy who's an 81, but, So, oh, he's actually 6'10"? Hold on, maybe we'll reconsider. Shooting-wise, he's not that good. But the post, we may have to change this. If we do end up drafting, no, we're not drafting. We're trading that pick. Whatever it is, we're trading that pick. The only reason I drafted in a couple videos ago, because that guy was a, what, 85 coming into the league or something like that. I'm not going to take a chance with the 81. We need to trade that pick for somebody great. So again, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Obviously, we're not making the playoffs, so we'll see who wins the championship, get to the offseason. You know the deal. Russell Westbrook wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Ben Simmons. Brandon Knight wins 6th man. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeAndre Jordan. Most Improved goes to Kyle Quinn. Coach of the year goes to Steve Kerr, 66-16, pretty good record there. Of course, as I mentioned, not making the playoffs, 29 wins, 53 losses. I'll show you guys the final stats there. Boom. This rookie, oh, not the rookie, the point guard Sergio averaged about 24. He had to be an all-star, right? You don't average 24 and not make, that's not true. Damian Lillard, what did he average last year? Didn't make the all-star game, but this guy didn't either. So again, going to simulating, I'm guessing, you know, the classic Cavs versus Golden State, like it always is, and how it's probably going to be this season. Tonight being the opener, as this video's dropping on Tuesday, so tonight being the season opener, going to be excited for Cleveland. So I said a good thing for Cleveland, and I'm not just saying that because the Cavs get their rings tonight. I'm also saying that because the Cleveland Indians are in the World Series against the Chicago Cubs. So good night for Cleveland altogether. All right, we ended up with the 4th pick, which is not bad, but not great. That's a nice pick. Sergio Rodriguez, I'm going to put him up on the block. He was injured for most of last season, and yeah, he only played 7 games, which is crazy. And in 2K17, if you're injured for a lot of the season, your overall actually drops a bunch, so I don't want to take that chance with him, so let's try to trade him. We move up to the 4th overall or 3rd overall pick, but that's not going to do us any good. Reggie Jackson, Tobias Harris, Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, Chris Dunn, Ricky Rubio, CJ McCollum, JJ Barea. No, I think this is the best trade. They do want a 1st rounder, but it's a lottery protected. I think it's the best thing we can do right there. Chris Middleton and the Greek Freak coming. Picking up another international player in the Greek Freak, but nah, Chris Middleton not so international. So let's do another trade, man. 2nd rounders in this backup center. See what we can get. We could pick up Miles Plumlee, but his contract's way too big. I'm swinging for the fences this offseason. I do like Dwight Powell, so we may do that Dwight Powell trade because I do like Dwight Powell. And Jake Layman, don't know who he is, don't know much about him, but he's coming to the team. And the way our team overall may be, he may be in the rotation. You already know. I know I just said I like him, but you know how flipping players go. You know how flipping players go, right? Trade number 6 may be the one we do. Let me just make sure that's not the better here. Bringing another international player to the team. Is that the challenge? Nah, let's not make that challenge because that could be too difficult. But Rudy Gobert coming to the team. So we got a nice defensive team right here with Giannis, with Chris Middleton, and the Greek, the Stifle Tower. The Stifle Tower? The Stifle Tower, yes. All right, so free agency's upon us. Trying to go out there, get a big name, either point guard or power forward. Maybe we'll sign a big name, anything, and then we'll try to flip them for a big name, point guard, power forward, whatever it takes, man. You already know we're going to do our best to make this team better for year number 2. So I told you guys I was going to bring back Rudy Fernadez. I'm also going to bring back this guy because he has such a great season. But everybody else can walk, and everybody else seems like they want to walk anyway. So let's do that. Free agency, let's see who's here. Of course, you already know KD, Steph Curry. So we got to throw them all the money we can, throw them a player option, everything. These guys, oh, we don't even have the money to try to get KD. Okay. Chris Paul, not even Chris Paul. Blake, we need a power forward, right? Blake would fit that nice. I mean, that's his position. I don't know. It always baffles me that Paul Millsap always wants so much money in these videos. Kyle Lowry, he wants a bunch of money too. I would expect us to have a bunch of money, but then again, we did just trade for the Greek Freak who signed a 4-year, $100 million, something like that. He signed a really big contract. But okay, let's go ahead and get like a tier 2 type point guard stand. If we can't get Steph Curry, tier 2 point guards would be solid. Who's our shooting guards position solid? Backup small forward, we need help. Power forward. Okay, I'm going to get to filling the roster up. I'll see you guys at the beginning of the next season, and I'll show you guys the rotation. All right, so we were not able to sign any big names. We did make these 3 trades, right? We picked up Rajon Rondo, like I said, a 2nd tier point guard. Zach Randolph to be our starting power forward. He's old, but Zach Randolph can still ball a little bit. And then the rest of the guys are also old just to fill out the roster. I'm not extremely happy with what we have right now, but it is only year number 2. Year number 3, of course, is the year we always go out and try our hardest to win a championship. Our boy Rudy Fernandez is getting a little old. He's getting old, man. We need to win a championship ASAP so he can get that glory. He's only under 1-year deal, so I'm hoping that he'll sign back again. I'm not going to make any trades again this season. I'm going to go to the All-Star break as friends are getting online, see what our record is, and then maybe make trades, or maybe I just go all out in year number 3. Not too sure yet, but nonetheless, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so we're doing a lot better than I expected. 36-20, which is crazy. Of course, I got to do this pretty much every video. No shenanigans, of course. Everything 50 like it should be. take a look at our stats. So the Greek Freak is doing his thing, averaging 16, 9, and 5. So good for him. Chris Middleton averaging 15. Good numbers across the board from all of our guys, and that's why we're doing so good. So since we're doing so well, I'm not going to make any trades, man. I'm going to let it ride and see. I mean, it looks like we're on the verge of making the playoffs for sure. Kind of a tight conference right now, but it looks like as long as we do what we did in the first half and the second half, we should be fine. Going to the playoffs, you never really know, man. 2K works in mysterious ways, so let's see if we can get it done year number 2. I don't think we have the star power yet, but you never really know. Steph Curry went to Dallas and won an MVP there. I wonder what seed they got, but Steph Curry wins MVP. They also had the Rookie of the Year, the 81 overall guys that we talked to. Oh no, that's another dude, because the other guy we were looking at was 6'10 small forward. So this is another dude, but he put up some pretty good numbers. Sixth man goes to Brandon Knight, as he usually does. Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Davis. Most Improved goes to Cameron Payne. Coach of the Year goes to Sidney Lowe in Washington. Okay. So let's see if any of our players made any awards. I doubt it, but you never really know. No defensive awards, and we didn't have any rookies. Okay, so we finished with the second or third best record in the Eastern Conference. I'll show you guys the final standings here and then the final numbers, and we'll get to some games. So there we are, and Dallas had the best record in the West. So Steph Curry went to Dallas and made them a number 1 seed. That's funny. Then take a look here. Final numbers. Zach Randolph played well, even in his old age. He's still doing good stuff. So let's see. Round number 1 is against. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. The Toronto Raptors. And I wonder how this is working, man. Are they flying all the way out to Madrid for these away games? That's gonna cause some serious jet lag. We should win every home game because every team should come here and be extremely tired. And it looks like we're winning every home game because we did catch an L in the first round. LeBron was a 4 seed. Let's see if we could get past LeBron and company. LeBron is still LeBron. No matter what seed he is, it's still LeBron. Going to game. We're in the championship against Steph Curry and the Dallas Mavericks. Our team here, two international players, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 international players on our roster still, so kind of sticking to the whole thing. Dallas, take a look at their roster. Of course, we know they got Steph. They got the Rookie of the Year. But who else do they have? Am I passing them? Mavericks. It's alphabetical order. Stupid. Harrison Barnes is still there. Eric Davis, Yi Jillian. That is Justin Anderson. Boban Marjanovic. Their team looks solid, man. And they have Steph. So Steph. Do they still have Steph? Because Steph was a part of that team last year. Let's go back. I know this doesn't matter at all, but I'm very curious to see if the brothers are playing together, and they're not. Okay. So game 1, I didn't even see who won. We won game 1. 10-point victory. Game 2, they win, of course. I mean, I don't expect us to win the series, to be honest with you guys. I mean, I'm surprised we even made it. We're up 3-1. Is Giannis just taking over? Let's see what he's averaging right now. Somebody's got to be taking over, right? He's averaging exactly what he averaged in the regular season. I'm not complaining. We can close this out, and we did. Real Madrid, just 2 years into the league, win the championship, and the Greek Freak Giannis Antetokounmpo wins MVP, averages 16, 9, and about 5. Wow, it's crazy. So my boy, Rudy Fernadez, he played 1 minute this season. Hey, he's a champion. So if you did enjoy the video, as always, be sure to leave it a like. Let me know which team you want to see me rebuild next, or whatever challenge you want to see me do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out. I'm just gonna end it there. I'm out. Thanks so much for watching.